What's going on, guys? Spartan Millie here, and welcome to episode 20 of our Rebuilding Ferrari Motorsport Manager F1 2020 mod series. Okay, welcome back. Welcome back to me too, because I've had a couple of days off. I like to have a couple of days off over the weekend, recording 3 videos a day, and then just weekend just chill. But yeah, I made a bit of decision over the weekend as well that regardless of what happens in these last 3 races, this will be the final season of Rebuilding Ferrari. Now, I have a thought process behind this. I'm not just cutting it off. I love this series. I love this game, but there's some stuff I want to do after it as well. So, like the tutorials. I said I was going to show you how to install the F1 2020 mod, and I promised the commenter that I would. I just didn't want to touch my game while I was still playing it, because once if I ruined it, ruined the save, yada yada yada. But I want to do that, so I'm going to do that after the series, pretty much days after. I'm going to do a whole bunch of tutorials, just get them out there about Motorsport Manager and a bit of Foot Manager as well. And I have another series I want to do after this as well. And don't get me wrong, this isn't the last you've seen of Motorsport Manager. I love this game. I want to bring it back. I'll maybe make a couple adjustments second time round. But yeah, anyway, another thought process behind this is that if you go in thinking that if we win the title, the series ends, and if we don't, we go to third season, and you see there's only 2 seasons, like in someone watching in like a couple months now, they'll know that we win the title. So basically, if you're seeing this now, it's ending no matter what. So we either fail if we don't win the title or succeed if we win the title. There's only going to be 2 seasons. That's just sort of a quick announcement I want to make. But yeah, anyway, Mexico City today, GP, 3 days. We really got no time. The engine for next season, well, it's already done, so there's no point cancelling it. But we don't really need that now. But maybe it'd be good to sort of neutralize Ricardo and Leclerc's engine for the last race or two. But yeah, anyway, advance forward 3 days. Driver fitness course. What is this? Yeah, why not? For the last 3 races, they can be really fit. I've actually loved this series, by the way, don't get me wrong. But Daniel Ricciardo is the favourite, so I don't know what's happened to our rivals. They've just sort of lost some performance or something, because we're the favourites. We won last race. Maybe our car's finally improving us all these parts. As you see there, they are quite purple now, these parts that we've improved. So maybe that's the reason. But yeah, so we're working on a new rear wing at the moment, which will get done 13 minutes after the race, which is a bit unfortunate, but that is literally fine. It doesn't even matter. So we're going to give Leclerc that new rear wing, which makes it obviously we're only doing a second part, but it makes it pretty equal now. So reliability work would done 13 minutes after the race, or 0 minutes. So bang on the race now. And the high speed corners is useful around here. So hopefully we can get a nice win. Pit crew, just quickly have a look at that. Yep, fine. Go forward here to travel to Mexico City. Factory stuff, ideal. So they actually got it done before the race. Fair play to them. Let's work on that performance of that rear wing now. See if we can get it up to almost equal with Ricardo. But that being said, it's now time to get stuck into the race weekend. So I will see you for qualifying 3. Okay, so on to Q3 now. Actually, the Alexander Albon goes out. We're top of the session. However, that's just because of the rain. Like, the rain has been terrible this weekend. It's been raining pretty much the entire time, apart from about 3 minutes in Q1. The Mercedes literally saved themselves in the last second. They were both like 14th and 13th, but they saved themselves. Oh well, unlucky, but we're top 3. Hopefully, it's a rain Q3, because then we can get a front row lockout potentially, but it doesn't look like it's going to be raining at all. But oh no, we'll rain a little bit. We won't be able to get the drivers out in time, so I may as well just go past there. But something I have noticed, and don't quote me on this, but I think this is a series first. Leclerc has 100% balance. These needles are exactly where they need to be to get 100%. Usually it's like 97, 98, 99, even when you got all 3 excellence. But I feel like that's the series first. Again, I could be wrong, but I feel like it's always 98 when we got 3 excellence. But as you can see here, it was a really rocky start for Leclerc's setup. So then we all of a sudden just hit the jackpot and got 100%. Ricardo's up there. We pretty much hit his on the head straight away. He's got a 97, but he has got a great in there. So I could be completely talking rubbish, but I'm pretty sure I haven't seen 100% all series. But moving on here. Just going to wait till the rain passes, boring Q3. We could probably send him out now, actually, just so we can get an extra run in. Let's send him out now. So then the out lap will be rain disrupted, but the actual hot lap will probably be fine. Here's hoping that's what happens. Yeah, it should happen. Or it'll be a little bit of rain on track. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit of rain on track, but it shouldn't slow him down too much, but we'll see. Can always send him out again. That's just trying to get the maximum amount of runs out of this session. He goes provisional pole, just in front of Hamilton and Verstappen. Beautifully done by the young man. Leclerc is 4th. So right now we're in front of both second drivers, mostly because Albon's not in the session. You know what? Do we try and force it with another run? I reckon we get Leclerc out there for another run. Just so we can get, just in case he doesn't make it back, we can get Ricciardo out there for a proper run. But I think Leclerc could do it if he's fast enough around the track. He could get a 3rd run in. Yeah, Ricciardo, don't worry, we'll send you out with about 2 minutes to go, mate. But right now I'm focusing on Leclerc. Alright, he's not going to make it back. But it was worth a shot, I think. It was worth a shot, try and get that 3rd run. He won't even be close. I don't know what I was thinking. But anyway, we're going to follow on board Ricciardo here. Leclerc's done for the session. Ricciardo in 1st place. It looks like Verstappen and Hamilton will both jump. Verstappen's done 2 purple sectors and finishes off with a 3rd. And Ricciardo won't even challenge his previous lap, I don't think. Sainz will nip us to 2nd place there. And we're 4th and 6th, and we have all the work to do tomorrow. Oh no. Will we win the championship? Maybe not. We're the favourites this weekend apparently, but we're not looking like it at the moment. But that's fine. We move on to the race where hopefully we can make up some places, because we have got to do better than this, lads. Obviously, we're not that strong at this track. Last year, we were really poor at this track. There will be a bit of rain at the end of this race as well, but we're probably going to look at 2 stopping, so that's fine. And we have a free choice of tyre, actually. Ooh, that creates an interesting prospect, but I doubt the super softs will make it that long anyway. Maybe, the softs, so maybe we do 2 super softs or a super soft and a soft, it doesn't matter. Probably a super soft and a soft, because I'm really conservative on the tyres, because I don't trust me looking after tyres. But 4th and 6th on the grid, hopefully we can build on that with a slingshot start. My favourite type of start from when our boys do it, when other drivers do it, it's annoying. And it's a decent start from Ricciardo. Leclerc fights back. It looks like the racing point is going to get him, but he doesn't. Ricciardo up to 3rd. Hamilton with a shocking start, drops down the order. We got Sainz and Verstappen ahead. If we just don't lose by a lot of points, we got a massive gap to Red Bull, because Red Bull had that crash out with Verstappen. So we're basically in a really good position to win this. I'm trying to understand. So yeah, Mercedes are our biggest rival right now, but they're not having a great race, but they'll probably fight back. Ocon goes fastest. He had a terrible qualifying, went out in Q1, and I'm not paying attention at all to the tyre temps. I'm more on the championship standings at the moment. I know. I'm trying to sort it. Oh, okay. Maybe neutral won't sort it for us, but that's fine. Hopefully, it looks like we've lost Verstappen, so there could be a Verstappen victory this race. It's looking like it will be. He's 2.5 seconds in front already. He's got something in his veins. But we got a massive lead after that fantastic 1-2 result last time out at the US Grand Prix. So hopefully that'll help us here. It looks like it will. There's still 29 points to them. So I'm hoping that'll help us, but not a great start here in Mexico. It was more the qualifying that let us down, not the start of the race. The start of the race actually helped us. Alonso's all over the back of Leclerc by the looks of it. We've got to tell him to cool down on the fuel eventually. And the tyres just keep overheating. We're definitely going to have to go on the softs after this. The super softs are a nightmare tyre. But we couldn't have made it all the way from the softs to the wet period anyway. So it had to be a super soft stint. So it's just make it a quick super soft stint, I reckon. As soon as they hit 30%, jump in the pits. We're going to tell them to cool down on the old fuel now. They're getting almost a lap negative. So, we can recover that at the end of the race. We recovered so much fuel at the end of the race. We know that. We know this car inside and out. We've raced like 40-something races in this series. That is another thing I'm going to be looking at doing with the new series, is reduce the amount of races in a season. It won't quite replicate the real calendar, but I don't see... I guess it's to flesh out the calendar, but racing at the same circuits... Like right now we're about to go back-to-back circuits here in Mexico and Interlagos. So sort of like, maybe if we just have Mexico or Interlagos. No, I think it's just a Brazilian track in the game, so we'll probably get rid of Mexico. Just have Brazil, and then you'll be racing like 14 races a season. That's much nicer for both from a viewer and a content creator standpoint. So, it's not that bad for me. I just means I have to record more episodes, but it can get a bit of a slog for you guys, I guess. But, yeah, I don't know. We'll look at that next time out when we do a series. I might do a series starting from the bottom with our own team, but we'll see how that pans out later on. We'll focus on this right now. We've got to go softs. Recharge the battery. It's already the pit window. I can't believe how quick that's come up. What's the gap between them? Yeah, they can double stack. Chuck on the softs. Park condition, no. Recharge battery, yes. Save pit strategy, you already know. And Ricardo's going to jump in the box here. Beautifully done. And Verstappen actually came out with him. That's strange. So Verstappen and Ricardo pitted on the same lap. Unless that was Albon. It might have been Albon. No, it was Verstappen, I think. I don't know, it was one of them. They both pitted, so we don't really know. But tell the drivers to push, push, push. Hopefully neutral just lowers them. And as you see there, we've already recovered the fuel that we used at the start of this race, which is insane. We're like a whole lap down. But yeah, I'll take it. And yeah, these tyres look just as bad, but at least they've got a bit more durability in them. They'll get us to the wet period easy. And we're going to get stuck behind Alonso here, Ricardo, and jump on board Leclerc. He's got Hamilton behind him on super soft, so his super softs won't make it to the wet period. And Verstappen's on super softs as well. I don't think they'll make him. I don't think they'll make it. So I think they're going to have to pit again. Ocon's still on the mediums. He's done a master stroke there. Sort of, not really, because I don't think the mediums are a good race tyre. But for him, it looks like they're working. If he can keep that position, but I don't think he will, because there's so many faster cars on fresher tyres, so it wouldn't make sense for him to keep that position. Hopefully we can jump him quickly. Tyres are massively underheating now, while they're at optimal. And we're defending from Lewis Hamilton, so Ocon might get a bit of respite there. So hopefully Hamilton and Verstappen pit again before the wet period. That's what I'm hoping for. Alonso hopefully pits as well, because we're not getting ground on him either. We just lost another 10 points to Red Bull, so we really need them to pit again. If they pit again, they could hand the championship into our hands, bar a DNF in the next 2 races. Oof. We need... the stakes are so high as we come to the end of the season. So high. Ocon. We still can't get past Ocon. Yeah, there it is. He's actually just confirmed it on the radio. The tyre situation in Mexico sucks. And will in Brazil next week as well. We're just not fast at these tracks. I don't know. I can't quite harness the tyre temp. The cars are there because we're the favourites, according to the news release. So I keep playing the mic because it's like changing the audio on the recording software. But that is fine. We move on. Ricardo and Verstappen, those tyres are absolutely dead. And I'm right. He's not going to make those tyres last. And there he goes. He's into the pits. Alonso's going to box as well. We're going to inherit first place in this race. Hopefully we can keep it. Verstappen is obviously on a 3rd set of super softs in this race, which is insane. He'll probably make quick gains on Ricardo, but that's fine. We're out in front now. If we can keep this, we are in a very strong spot for the title. Hopefully, because when the rain comes in, it's going to be a neutralizer. We're all on the same age tyres, same set of tyres. And Hamilton's going to have to pit as well, so we're going to inherit a position from him with Leclerc. Beautifully done. And Albon's going to put in a bit of a sandwich, be the meat in the sandwich in the Leclerc-Hamilton sandwich, which means he has to jump Albon to get to us, which is great. But we're going to try and compensate with going easy on the tyres to cool them down with pushing with the fuel. So hopefully we can maintain that 6.5 second gap to Verstappen. Looks like we won't. That is closing quite quick. Go and overtake. We've got to keep that gap open, or else if it gets all over our gearbox, we also lose time to Alonso. So we've got to keep him as far back as possible, to be honest. That is the strategy. Pretty fun strategy, you know. It's a out there strategy. Not many drivers try and keep the driver behind them as far back as possible, but, you know, we'll go for a go. I'm being sarcastic, obviously. We're so close to that wet period now. Come on. Hamilton has just jumped to Albon ages ago. There's like a 3-second gap already, but we've got to keep an eye on that. We got to... See, I always say we have to go to time the pit stop perfectly, but we don't really, do we? Because everyone sort of pits at the same time. There's not much time to win or lost with the wet switch I've noticed this season. And those tyres are already dead that Verstappen's on. They are... That's why I'm happy to go on the softs. More than happy to go on the softs, because the super softs die like that because they overheat. But the wet period is kicking in, and our tyres are starting to look a bit dead themselves. So hopefully we can jump in the pit soon. But Verstappen is in the same boat, if not worse, because those tyres are off absolute cliffs. And Hamilton's actually gotten past Leclerc. I don't know what's in his wheat bix. I mean, it is the Mercedes car, so we have to just assume that they're cheating at every sort of race. But we're going to recharge battery, jump on the inters. Hopefully Ricciardo can hang on for yet another race win this season. That would be fantastic. But park condition, the engine's looking a bit rough. We're going to have to repair that with Leclerc. Maybe I should have checked that again with Ricciardo. Should we have another look at that? Yeah, let's have another look. I really don't want anything messing up this race. We'll repair both of those just because it's free, but hopefully there's no mistake. We're going to ride on board Ricardo now. Coming around the last couple bends. Kevin. Magnussen. Ah, here we go. Perfect pit stop. What's that? Who? Am I going crazy? Yeah, maybe it's a blue flag thing. I don't know. I'm like Kevin. Kevin Magnussen. Strange. Alright. Any mistakes? No, beautifully done, lads. Beautifully done. The pit crew is coming clutch. Carlo's out in first. Lost a bit of time to Verstappen, but she'll be right. Hamilton's still in the super softs like an absolute mad lad. I have no idea what he's trying to pull there. Alonso's still out in front. How annoying. Alonso's just one of those drivers that will always be there, I feel like. And no matter how good our car gets, Alonso's always in the frame. And... oof, we're in a good spot. We're in a good spot. Hopefully, we can keep Verstappen behind for 16 laps. I think we can. I really think we can. We have the car under Ricciardo. We just need him to sort of apply it. Alright, Leclerc's reaching the good spot. I mean, worst case scenario, we drop to second, but we kind of want Ricciardo to get another race win. And there's a 7-point swing, which is quite a lot when you're looking at these numbers here. But Red Bull obviously are really behind the 8 ball, like I said earlier, because Verstappen crashed out. So hopefully we can take advantage of that. I'm churning through the tyres. That is fine. Conserve young Charles. But oh, a bit of an investigation down there on Kimi Räikkönen. Just a little flashed up. And there we go. And those tyres are slowly reaching temp. We can't really jump Hamilton. That McLaren has really picked up. That's a fast car. So next season, if we were to play it, I reckon they'll be up there with Renault. I'm pretty sure they got one of the best front wings on grid or something. They must have built an illegal part or just a really good part. I can't just assume that every part that's good is illegal, because ours aren't. Which throws up a bit of an interesting conversation with that engine. If it is an illegal part that we've built for next year, I'm not going to have it next year. Do we use it? No, I don't think we do. I think we try and win this fair and square. Leclerc's well behind Hamilton now. He won't be... How does Albon push those inters so damn hard that they've almost dead? Like, what is he trying here? Trying to get the fastest lap? I don't know. He's pushed that so hard. Look at him. They're dead. Oh, and someone's on the softs. Why on earth did Ocon go on the softs? It's time for wets. No, it's not time for wets. We're not going to wets. Just cool it on the inters. Nobody crash on the inters. So he's on 26%. I would have jumped on the wets if I was Red Bull. I would have, because those tires are just about dead. Oh, maybe not, because there's only 10 seconds to go. I don't know why Ocon's on the super softs. That's an absolute insane strategy there. And it's sort of taken away from Ricciardo's win. But look, he's on the super softs. What on earth are you on, Ocon? Anyway, whatever. It's just the final lap. Yeah, it's the final lap. Holy moly, that was quick 16 laps. But, oh! And Leclerc's overtaken Sainz and Hamilton to get 4th place and pretty much end the championship now. We won't say that yet, but it's looking pretty good for us now with 2 races to go after this. Ricciardo goes around the final corner to win the Mexican Grand Prix. He was the favourite. Verstappen too hard on the tyres, had to pit 3 times, ends in the rain. Ricciardo's going off on the mic, beautifully done. And Leclerc with 2 last minute double overtake here is fighting off. Yeah, the race is still going, fighting off Hamilton and the McLaren. Zip around, look at that gap to it. Oh, and Hamilton's he shuts the door on Hamilton there. They cross the line, similar to pure gasoline Hamilton in real life a couple of years ago. Bang. 1st and 4th. A last minute illegal move on Hamilton there keeps him behind. Hamilton had so much more speed. Leclerc shuts the door on him, goes 4th, and that puts us in a very great position for the title. Winner, Ricciardo from Ferrari. And now we're going to start looking towards the Drivers' Championship. Does Ricciardo have a say in that? Because of course that was another goal of me. I wanted to do this series was get Ricciardo his Drivers' Championship that he so deserves. Maybe, no, we won't play 3rd season for that. Maybe we can come back in time. But yeah, I got some other tutorial and stuff I want to do. But if we have a look at the standings, beautiful. I'm on the podium again, as you know. It will come down. There's a 14-point gap to Verstappen. So if we can, that's sort of like a secondary objective here. If we can get that high enough, we can win. I've just explained the entire concept of the standings. But yeah, if we get our points higher than Verstappen, we win, in case you didn't know. Hamilton is close behind as well, so we need a good last 2 races. Moving forward on here, 37-point gap. That's a big gap with 2 races to go. Hopefully we can go through with it. Look at that. 4 teams haven't even got a point. It's a mad thing. But Ricardo takes brilliant victory. It was a brilliant victory from everyone at the team. Pit crew, strategist, me. I didn't do what the other teams did and pit twice under the dry period. That was bizarre. But yeah, and Ricardo for keeping Verstappen behind him. It was a team effort. Beautifully done. Leclerc with a double overtake in the last lap, which was ridiculous, and the illegal move on Hamilton, which was funny. Yeah, fair play to the lads. Another race win for Ricardo. How many is that now? That's got to be something ridiculous. Like, 5. 5 race wins for Ricardo, including his home Grand Prix at the start of the season, you got to remember. So what races has he won? Australia, China with the fastest lap in China, Great Britain because that disqualification, America last time out, obviously with the fastest lap, and Mexico this time around. So Leclerc's won, Spain with the fastest lap, and France with not the fastest lap. That engine is now done. Is it illegal? No, it's not. It's just really bloody good. Okay. Well, that will also help in Interlagos because that is crucial, apparently. So we're going to work on improving the reliability of that engine. We've got 10 days there, so we should be fine. Interview the post. Why does it say every time Daniel gets a win? Daniel had a great win. Team's just celebrating. Get off my back. Pit crew review. Yeah, pit crew was brilliant and a brilliant victory. It was a brilliant race weekend all around, as I've already said. And that'll do it. So with 2 races to go, we have a second objective now to get Ricardo that Drivers' Championship. I'm not going to say it, but no, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to jinx it. But this is looking. Let's say this is looking alright. This is looking alright. But of course, Interlagos didn't do great, but we also it's the exact same track as we just raced today, which is a bit boring, but it's fine. And then Yas Marina, Abu Dhabi is where the series will conclude. So anyway, join me next time for episode 21 at Interlagos, the second last episode of the series, the penultimate. So yeah, like the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe if not already, I'm sure you already are, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.